Good afternoon. I want to say thank you for that very inspiring, engaging discussion. And what really made me happy is that you have a young man that's willing to speak up, not only for other young men, but he gave the young women in the audience a lot to think about. So thank you. I am Cynthia Gibson, a retired family advocate, and I'm currently the consultant for sickle cell with the Department of Pediatrics here at Howard. As we come to the end of our event, we like to recognize sickle cell warriors, the professional warriors, and the professionals who work alongside them who have passed since our last symposium. And our last symposium was in 2021. To begin, we will have Dr. Kim Smith-Whitley, who will say a few words about two physician scholars who dedicated their lives to sickle cell disease. Following that will be a memorial slideshow. And I would like for any of the families that are present or friends of a person that you see in the memorial slideshow, before you leave today, if you would stop at the registration desk. Thank you. Dr. Kim Smith-Whitley.
Thank you so much. So it has been quite a while since we've all been back in person. And I just want to start this by thanking Dr. Rana, thanking the organizers of this conference for all of the work that they've done year over year over year to make sure that the sickle cell voice is heard. And I've been handed quite a task today, in that I've been asked to give remarks about two men that I admire greatly during a symposium named for a man I admire greatly. I, along with many of us working in sickle cell, stand on their shoulders in many ways. I'm honored to recognize Dr. Samir Balas and Dr. Kwaku Ohene-Frimpong, who passed away last year. Both men were outstanding physicians, researchers, innovators, advocates, and humanitarians who led the fight for outstanding health care for all living with sickle cell worldwide. And before I go on, I want to define outstanding in their philosophy of care. Health care that is comprehensive, holistic, accessible, evidence-based, integrated, continuous across the lifespan, compassionate, respectable, and delivered in a way that includes caregivers, community-based organizations, and expresses patient self-advocacy. Overall, they wanted people with sickle cell to have every opportunity to be their best selves. How and why these men chose to center their careers around sickle cell is a story in and of itself, and I don't have time to go into that today. And I think it would take hours to talk about the honors, the recognition, and the accolades across their lifespans. But I can say that Drs. Ohene-Frimpong and Balas, respected by their patients and colleagues, adored by the sickle cell community overall, both dedicated their careers and many would say their lives to sickle cell. I want to end by just saying that they were similar but different in philosophy. Dr. Balas believed that his legacy was to make sure that many, many were educated about sickle cell. And I don't mean just the health aspects, but the psychosocial aspects, the social injustice aspects, the ethical aspects of sickle cell disease. And he knew that if he penned those articles, that those articles would live forever as long as we inspire the next generation to read them. Dr. Ohene Frimpong had a different approach. He wanted to make sure that the care that individuals receive here in the U.S. could be received worldwide by all those living with sickle cell disease, whether or not they were in Philadelphia, in Bahia, or in Ghana, or in Kukra and Tumi, whether or not it was Kumasi or Accra. He wanted to make sure that there was early detection for those living with sickle cell disease, early initiation of medications that could save their lives, and then to get them in communities that supported them to be their best selves. They really understood that it was not only important to understand how to provide good health care, but provide a method for doing the right thing. When I leave the word cloud of Drs. Balas and Ohene Frimpong, I can think of brilliant yet humble, gracious, and kind. Selfless healers, generous teachers, resilient advocates, empowering mentors, greats with shoulders on which the sickle cell community stands. Gone, but never forgotten. Thank you.
Tonight I hold this candle in memory of you, hoping someday, somehow, my love will shine through. I close my eyes, lost in the glow. There are so many things I want you to know. This candle says I love you. This candle says I miss you. This candle is saying I remember you. When I'm holding it toward heaven, it feels like you are near. If you're looking down tonight, see this candle burning bright, says I'm wishing you were here. In the glow of this candle, I can almost see your smile, and it carries me away for a little while to another time, another place, when all it took to light up my world was your beautiful face. This candle says I love you. This candle says I miss you. This candle is saying I remember you. When I'm holding it toward heaven, it feels like you are near. If you're looking down tonight, see this candle burning bright, says I'm wishing you were here. Someday, some way, I'll see you again. I'll hold you in my heart love you. This candle says I miss you. This candle is saying I remember you. When I'm holding you toward heaven, it feels like you are near. If you're looking down tonight, see this candle burning bright, says I'm wishing you were here. If you're looking down tonight, see this candle burning bright, says I'm wishing you were here. This candle says I love you.
Okay, everyone. That's a tough act to follow. I wanted to thank Miss Gibson for picking that nice music that went along with that, as well as our student, Isatu, who has gone home for the school year. But she worked very hard to put all that together and make sure everything synced up just right. So right now, if you all can put up the evaluation slide, there's going to be one of those codes you can scan and do it on your phone. If you'd rather not do it on your phone, we have papers that we can pass out to you. And then if you don't mind sitting a minute and going ahead and filling it out, you can turn the papers in at the desk. I will also send you the link after if you just don't want to think about it right now. That's also fine. And Dr. Rana is going to change the mood for you a little bit at the end and has a little dance party for you on the way out. So do you want to say final words, and then we'll pull up your song?
You pull up my song.
I have to do a raffle, too.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, do the raffle? Okay. I hope that somebody's here. So we have a $100 gift card. And let me get my list out. So we have Pat Fisher Taylor. Pat Fisher Taylor? Nope. Okay. Christopher Lyons. Okay. Didn't have to go too far. All right, here you go, Dr. Congratulations.
I'm still choking. So many people up there on the slides were so close to me, either as mentors, friends. And Gemma, you're here? Could you stand up? No, I'm sorry. Gemma is Elise's mother, and Elise, I took care of her for a little while, but then she became a friend for a very long time, and we were chatting 6 hours before she passed away. I didn't even know, on Facebook. And, you know, I was always afraid of chatting up Elise because each one of us response was 2 pages long. So, and she didn't take a breath in between. So she started talking, and, you know, 2/3 of what she said was that my son is taken care of. She said, I trust my in-laws. They love my son. But I'm worried about my mom. So, Gemma, we love you, and we are here for you anytime you need us. So many of those kids, I took care of them since birth. And people like Carlton and Kwak and Samir, they were my mentors and friends, and I loved them dearly, and I still love them. I wish Nadia is listening, and that's Samir's daughter. She promised that she would be listening. I hope she's listening. That was a beautiful tribute. I think it was a wonderful, beautiful day. I wanted to cry so many times, so touching, the stories, the testimony, but biggest thing was the love in the room, the number of people who showed up. Many people registered, didn't show up, and it was expected. I was telling Patty, 1/3 the registration shows up, you're very lucky. But I think we did better than that. About half of those or more showed up. And Amar, I salute you. Sometimes you think of people that, you can die happy that there are people who carry your candle. And I feel so good you being here. God bless you. And Kim, may God, Tiona, all of you, may God keep you here for a very, very long time. Keep the torch burning. I think the biggest thing is we received quite a bit of light today through stories, through each other's presence, through the knowledge. And I think most important thing is let's pass that light on. Let all of you become the candles. Let your light shine on others. And I end with, can we have the song?